straight on my hands. Feed the wire up and through. Bend it over good. Get it with the needle nose. Get it nice and tight. Do the other side. Do that. I don't solder. You're going to want to take the drill. You want to run it backwards as you enlarge the hole. If you run it the other way, you'll snap the thing off. Axles are already built. Just pop it in place. As you can see, I've already drilled all the necessary holes and slots in there. You got to make certain. One side you got lettering. That's the bottom. In the kits, I'll have the top of the motor marked top. Really important that it goes in that way. Otherwise, the car will run in reverse really well. Yeah, I put a couple of them in backwards. We won't tell anybody. You gotta lay those in. If you look right here, you'll find a small notch on each side. That's where your wire will want to run through. You want to bend your wire down because you've got the axle hole. You'll leave enough room for your axle. I use a small straight screwdriver to do that, and it makes it easier. Bend it back. See, it'll be lined up with the small notch now. Then all you do is just flip it up. Take your knife and just cut the insulation off the wire. This is all the easy part. The part most people seem to have the problem with is when you're putting on the wiper shoes, which I'll show you. It's actually fairly easy also. When you lay this back down, you see this wire go right in that slot. The slot is there because once you put this piece on your wiper shoe assembly, that notch is there, so that part will sit nice and tight where it's supposed to be. Lock your wires into place. And you hear my dog in the background whining. Bend it right over how it's supposed to be. Sometimes you have small burrs that you need to clean off. You just run your knife across. Now, in this piece here, got a small piece you got to remove from here. And that's it. And then you just check your slots, make sure they're good and clean. Jim normally does a pretty good job of cleaning these up before he ships them to me. And then I take a look at them. I'll clean them up a little bit myself too if necessary. When you put this in, it's going to be fairly tight fit, which is what you want. Make sure you get it lined up properly, and you just press it down in place. There's that part. Then usually in the kit you will find your guide pin. The pin goes to the front.
Don't move it, because I got it focused into
well,
where it's supposed to be.
Okay. So you want to screw that down.
I really need to talk to you about this effort later.
If you look, you're going to have one slot on each side of your wire. You take your pickup shoe, slide it in from the bottom through that front slot. You've got 2 holes in the pickup shoe. You want to take needle nose pliers just past that first hole. You want to roll it right over. And again, you're going to take your X-Acto knife and slide it up into that second hole. Then you just slide the shoe into place. Flip it over, come from the back side, take your X-Acto knife, you grab what's through, and you just kind of roll it, and as you're rolling it, you're pulling that shoe down into place, getting a nice firm tight contact on the wire, and then you bend that part of the shoe flat. That's all you got to do. I'll come in a millimeter, give a slight bend on the shoe, and I bring the shoe down the rest of the way with my finger. And you just come back here and trim off your excess wire. And you do the same thing for the other side. Don't worry, because when you first do it, you see they sit a little cockeyed, but that's okay. They're going to, but when you get them all straightened out, they come down to where they need to be. Like I say, roll, just grab it with your needle nose and just roll it right on over. To line it nicely with that rear slot, you just use your knife. Slide it in. Make sure it's pushed in all the way. Grab that small part coming through the needle nose. Roll it over. Pull it through until it's nice and tight. Bend it over, crimp it down good.
They are compelled to step forward.
Cut the excess off. Again, you want to come in about a millimeter or so. Do a slight bend and just flatten it with your finger. I've already drilled my axle hole, which is just slightly larger than the axle. You have 2 black spacers. Slide the axle through the hole, put the other spacer on. When your fingers want to work right, drop the other wheel on. You can use your needle nose pliers. Just tap it down. There you go. It's ready to go. And you want to grab a couple tires, because now we're going to take it out. But that's basically it. The pinion gear is already on the shaft. The axle's already built. You don't want to pop these axles in and out a lot. I mean, you can remove them if you want to change the gear. The axle is Jag Hobby's TR3 axle, and the gear is also a stock TR3 chassis gear. Now, Jags does offer 2 different performance gears. The stock one's 25 tooth. Jag does offer a 24 and 23 tooth if you want to change those out. Grab a couple front tires.
I can say David, but that's probably it.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
This year is my year to get fluent in Spanish.
So grab a couple rear tires off of these.
It's so easy to use and it's so practical. It helps you learn things that you will actually need. Since my husband is from Guatemala,
There it is.
what I've learned in this
Then you just want to put your accessories on, paint the top of the motor, flat black, whatever color you prefer. And, insert your exhaust pipes, roll bar, your mirrors, glue the driver in place. Now we take it out, then we test it, make sure it's going the right direction.
Am I going out?
Language for life. Go to that.
Maybe.
Is it still running?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Don't mind my track. You just stand wherever you can. Yeah, it's really dirty. And they get a couple laps on each car to make sure everything works right. There you go. That's it. There's no solder. I use no solder at all. When you get it built, you'll find, unless you're really good at soldering, and I'm not that great, you don't have a lot of room to solder the front. This application works great. Makes it extremely easy to change out these wiper shoes if they wear through, which, just like the old Tyco Pro, with time they will. And that's basically it. When you go to glue your magnets on, I use Gorilla Glue gel. I have a steel plate I put the magnet on, and I get the right distance apart, 1 drop of glue on top of each magnet. And I set the body down on top of that before it's built, and they're really simple to build. The hardest part are the wiper shoes, and that's why I decided to do the video, so you guys could see it. And well, my track is a mess because I have no time at all to do anything with it. I'm busy building cars and making bodies, but that's what it is. Okay. Hope this helps everybody. Thanks.